All right, today we're going to demonstrate some preliminary code that emulates the VI editor that you would see in a Unix system, but instead of running on a big computer, we're running this on a TI-99 computer. And one of the differences is we're running it over the serial port link. So the TI-99 can accommodate up to 4 serial ports if you have the hardware. So we're using the first COM port here, the first TTY port, and we're using teraterm, as you can see, at 19.2 kilobits, 19.2 kilobits, and it's a lot like VI, except with more than half the features removed. However, on a little TI-99 computer, it's useful. So I have a test file over on disk 2. You'll notice the path is automatically added. What can we do here? Well, if we press the DD keys, the line disappears, and if we press uppercase P, the line goes back. But one of the interesting things we've added to this one is the ability to delete a word. So we can delete a word like that, and this is a non-standard keystroke, but Control P inserts at the cursor. The TI-99 file system made my life difficult, and so I punted and added a special function to insert at the cursor. You notice I got an extra space there because I append a space to the end of a word when I delete it, so that when I put them back in groups of words, they look normal. So I'll enter the insert mode, press I, and you can see we're in insert. Backspace, press escape, and corrected that. Now the other interesting thing is, of course, those familiar with VI know that you can give numeric parameters. So let's say we put the number 8, and then we press DW, 8 words disappeared. Now those 8 words, let's go down one line. If I uppercase P them, there's my string of words that I just extracted. I can delete that again, cursor up, and insert that at the cursor with Control P, and there's our line back again. So we've got some facility that I didn't have in an earlier version of this. We have the ability to change the case with the tilde, and we can change it back, I hope. Let's see. Oh, I pressed escape. I want the tilde. There's the tilde. When we put it back, the N is changed case. We have a replace mode. So if we cursor down here and we go replace, we can now overtype that W, and it's all in overtype mode, not inserting. Press escape, come out of that mode. We can copy multiple lines if we wanted to. Go up there. I was still with caps lock on. So let's say I say there are 5 lines there. I'm going to go 5, DD, and those are all deleted. Shift P and put them back. I can also go 5, YY, which yanks the lines into the copy buffer, and paste them back. If I try to paste them again, it says the buffer is empty. So I could now do 10 YY, and I could paste those all back. And so that's how that works. For those of you familiar with the TI-99, you know it is not a computer with a huge amount of memory. So with the expansion RAM card, you get an extra 32 kilobytes of RAM. And so for the storage of these lines, I'm actually storing them over on the video RAM that's associated with the video display peripheral chip. And there's about 10K or so free memory over there. The way Fourth uses the video RAM. So it worked out quite well. Just looking over the command set here, Control Z gets us back to the fourth prompt. We have clear, which gives us a new screen. We have, let's do LSL, which gives us what would typically be called a catalog of the disk drive. Running over floppies, it's not a speed demon, but it lets you see what you'd like to edit and what are programs. There is a bug in this right now that if I press Control C and stop it, it doesn't close the file, I think is what's happening. So I let it run to completion here. There's a ls command which does the same thing, except a little less verbose. We also have some of the colon commands that are available in VI, like the W command to write a file. It will write the default name of the file, or you can give it a new file name. We have Q store. We can demonstrate that. This is another shell command I've added that is not standard. But if we go colon, and then we press Q exclamation mark. In Fourth, that's called store, but I believe it's called bang in Unix. You can see we come back to the prompt and it says it's not saved. We can also, if we go back into the editor like that, we could go WQ and it will save the file. And then I haven't tested this, so it should come back. Yeah, it comes back to the prompt for us. So that's the state of the editor. It's coming along. I've got to add a few more things. Undo is not completed yet. And I'm debating on how many levels of undo I should add. Memory is tight, but I'll see if I can get 5 levels of undo. And that's it for now.